Tuesday night, we have an explosive storm developing way offshore. Not going to affect the region. I'll actually say, if this was to affect the region, it would be very significant. The wind field with this was just so impressive. You're going to have hurricane force winds out over in the ocean and over maybe in Nova Scotia, and we're just going to get spared. You can see the northern impulse here is catching up to the subtropical moisture down here, and this is going to scoot right out to sea, blow up into a sub 950 low possibly, which is just out of control. This is one of the strongest storms I've seen in the last decade, and it's going to brush by our area, give us some snow showers in northwestern Jersey, and maybe 2 inches of snow southwest Jersey or southeastern Jersey. Now I'll admit, I kind of wanted this storm a little too much. I wanted to see one last hurrah before the snap to warm weather. So a little biased with my forecast, I'll admit that. I was going into denial. But the fact of the matter is we don't have a negative NAO, which means there's no high pressure over Greenland. We don't have an upper level trough here to lock the storm in. There's no low pressure center at 50 north, 50 west, which is called a 50-50 low. So some of those critical components of an east coast snowstorm were missing. So it would have been perfect time for this to occur. Take a look here. Look at these radar echoes. Just imagine this is another 75 miles to the west. All this heavy snow we would be in, but it stays offshore, maybe skims the Cape. Taking a look at the NAM weather model, this is 8 o'clock tonight. You see the storm starts to develop here rapidly. We have a little storm that's trying to develop on the western flank, but that gets pulled into the main center. You can see now it's sub 980 at this point. It goes down to 978 at 2 a.m. Then it goes down to 970 at 5 a.m. Then it goes down to 968 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then here it goes sub 960, 956 by 2 p.m. tomorrow. Is going to slam right into Nova Scotia. I can't emphasize enough how big of a storm this is. You don't see this very often, if it's except for in hurricanes. So imagine if this was over here. Holy cow, what that would have done. And the storm just drifts out to sea. Let me show you what the winds would have been with this thing real quick. I just have to show it. I mean, winter's over after this. So let's see if I have it here. Hold on a second. Here we go. 10-meter wind vectors, or 10-meter wind gusts. Let's take a look at wind gusts in this system. This will be interesting at 10 meters in the atmosphere. So anything here in like purple is like 70 miles an hour. And you can see, look at it. Look at this wind field. Like, look at that. That's over up to 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's hurricane force, and it stays just offshore. And we'll see some winds in our area up to 35-mile-an-hour gusts. And the wind field only gets stronger. When a point this thing intensifies, I mean, that's a hurricane, basically. It's not actually a hurricane. It's not a warm core storm. But it's crazy to see wind speeds that are going to get that clocked. In Nova Scotia, watch out. So that's all for now. Just some snow showers we might see up here in northwestern Jersey. Down here in South Jersey and Delaware, they're getting some nice snow. So that's going to fall into my 2 to 4 inch range. And up here, I was throwing us a bone by saying up to an inch. But out here in Massachusetts and way eastern Cape Cod, I have 6 to 12. That could happen, but not inland of that. So thanks for checking in. This blog is going to keep going throughout the spring and summer. We'll have severe weather to talk about. In summer, we'll talk more about long-term patterns in terms of when there's going to be heat waves and when there's going to be colder spells in the summer. And then, before you know it, we'll be focusing on next winter again. I'll start to have ideas around next winter sometime late in the summer. So keep staying with me here on Weather Willie Blogspot. And you can expect at least a few posts a week in the off season. All right, that's all for now. I'll have a little bit of a pattern update tomorrow.